Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things Jeep and outdoors and overlanding. So today we're going to look at 5 upgrades that I did to my 2021 Jeep Wrangler 4xe that I regret and I might not have done again. So I'll show you what they look like on the Jeep, where they are from, and then why I would have skipped them or done something else. So let's get started. Number 1, the DCS Lighting JL hood lights. I first saw these on a Gladiator and thought they were a great way to keep a somewhat stock look, but give me some more front lighting. They actually work great and were a super easy install onto the hood. So why wouldn't I buy them again? Firstly, they've actually changed color over time, from a nice black to almost a bronze finish, and they just kind of clash a little bit. Second, I find I just don't use them, and they only really enhance my straightforward viewing that my light bar and good headlights cover. So one thing to also note is that DCS no longer offers the JL version on their website, but only ones for the TJ, JK, and the LJ. Number 2, the 7 Sparta Light Mounts. Easily the lowest profile mounts I had seen, and they mount to the existing cow belts, so they seem like a great option. Again, there was definitely the issue with that change of color. Instead of these being a black product, they've kind of become a hazy gray, and it really did that within just the first few months. So now I don't expect miracles from a $30 product, but they really just don't look as nice as what they probably should, and maybe I could just replace them with a new set. Also, the light mounts are kind of difficult to dial in, since once the mount is on, it's kind of hard to get to any of the adjustments underneath if I want to turn the angle or the direction a little bit. The third is the Mopar Trailer Brake Controller. This one may seem like an odd choice, but it replaced the never used cigarette lighter, and since it looks stock, I thought it would be great since I often do tow trailers around. Now, the control module instructions are pretty much impossible to follow. It's a picture that you'll never be able to figure out what it is, and you end up just putting Velcro or double-sided tape on it and putting it in a spot up underneath the steering column. Again, this really just never gets used. It's probably what I tow, but with a 3,500 pound tow rating, it's very rare to even pull a trailer with brakes, and if I do, it's for a very short period of time and distance, and it just doesn't really ever get used. So number 4 is the Cascadia 4x4 hood mount solar panel. Now, hood mount solar panels I think are a great option for a lot of vehicles, and I had one on my 2018 Sahara as well and was super happy with it. That's why I put it onto the Ruby. There was one distinct problem with it. The Sahara hood allows for an 80 watt panel, enough to at least give me a trickle charge for the main battery when I'm running accessories, or the Jeep's just sitting for a little while if I'm out of town or something. Now the Rubicon hood has the vents, which means they can only fit a 30 watt panel. That in all reality does nothing for me. I really haven't found a use for this because it doesn't give me enough to even keep the battery up. And in fact, I right now just have it disconnected and it's sitting on the hood. My 5th one and final one for this is going to be the Trail Racks Pax Racks. Now, I think these look amazing. I get a lot of comments on them. They can be very handy for the right person. And I still have mine on. And I actually use one side to keep recovery gear and a first aid kit and 2 Rotopacks, and it works great for what it is. And the part that I don't like is really it depends on the drip rail and the very end of that to boot to make sure things fit. Now, I knew I'd use the drip rail growing in, but I find now people lean against it or even almost pull against it, which really worries me because I had this on my previous hardtop and I was guilty of doing the exact same thing. In fact, getting into my rooftop tent, I managed to pull on a little too much at an awkward angle and it cracked the drip rail straight down the side and I had to have that repaired. So the only other issue I've really found is that I can put my 2-gallon Rotopacks on and it's fine. But when I attempt to put a 4-gallon Rotopacks for gas on the other side, it does creep into the back door, and I really have to slide really far back, and I worry again about that drip rail. So, now keep in mind, none of these are bad items, and for the right purpose, I think they're all decent products. They're simply not where I want them for my build, and I probably would not install them again. With all that being said, make sure to check out the top 10 upgrades that I would do in this other video, and please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and do all the things. I really appreciate it. Thanks.